Wait for that very important decision. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles always joining us tonight to tell us what he is working on for a newscast tonight at 10 o'clock. And everybody is paying attention to this story.
Yeah, I mean, what should people do right now?
Yeah, there is a lot of interest in this right now. Of course, as we know, this is the federal student loan forgiveness program. What could potentially happen is that some people could be forgiven $10,000 to $20,000 in student loans. Of course, we know that this is very controversial. It is being decided now by the Supreme Court. The Biden administration tried to put this through. The Supreme Court now has it, and they are deciding whether or not this can happen. So what do you do as you are waiting? Now, experts say that there are a lot of things you really have to consider right now. What we know right now is you are not required to make a payment through June of 2023. So you may be asking, well, should I actually be paying these loans? Here's the answer. If you have the money, depending on the balance, you should probably pay the loan. So let's say you owe $50,000 in a loan. Okay. If you have the money, go ahead and pay it because you're only going to be forgiven either $10,000 or $20,000. Now, if you do, if it goes through, of course. Now, right, yeah, right. We don't know. Now, if you don't have the money, or you're in a little bit of a situation where you're really not sure, go ahead and put that money in an account, sock it away, put it in an emergency savings account or some separate account because you're going to want it to be there if and when you need it.
Yeah. So would you pay just 10,000, 20, or leave enough for 10,000 to be the balance, or 20?
Yeah, you may want to do the math and do that.
Okay.
Like maybe just put enough in that bank account to pay off what you may owe. We don't know what's going to happen. So
well, it's a monthly payment. So let's say I owe 10 grand on my student loan, right? And my monthly is 150 bucks. You're saying right now, if I don't pay that monthly, I'm okay until June, right?
Right. You do not have to pay anything right now.
Okay.
But experts are saying, if you can't afford it, go ahead and pay it depending on the balance. Like if you have a huge balance of $50,000, you're only going to get forgiven 10 or 20 anyway. So go ahead and pay it.
Graduate school, you could be in the six figures.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Right. Okay. And then the next question is, how can you save money? Because you're right. Do you want to wait? If this is, I almost think you're the assumption it's not happening. It's not going through. Right. So then the next question for you is, what can you do?
Well, and that is our story tonight. Besides what we just told you, obviously steps to take, there are several things that you could do right now to possibly save money and save money on those loans. We're going to go through them at 10 o'clock, but I'm going to tell you about a few of them now, too. You may qualify for a life change. This is if you've had a child or your income is lowered, that life change could change the terms of your loan, possibly lower the loan, or maybe even save you money. There are more programs. Teachers could qualify for state and federal programs to reduce or forgive loans. So if you've taught for 5 consecutive years in a low-income school, you could possibly save money on that loan. There's also the Illinois Justice Student Loan Program. This is for public defenders and prosecutors that could get partial relief, and there are even more options. We don't have all the time to say all of these in the story, so we're telling you them now. For government employees, military, nonprofits, there are so many programs out there for you to save. We're going to tell you about these and much more at 10 o'clock. And of course, the story is going to be online. The full text of the story, all of those links are going to be there. You can navigate through, and we're going to have all of that information there so you can go to the story and find all of these different ways to save. And hopefully we're going to give people, some different options as they're waiting on this decision, because it's not just a complete forgiveness. There are so many programs out there where you could save money or maybe even change the terms of your loan.
Look into it.
That's important.
Wait to see it. Look forward to seeing it as we. We all have student loans.
I know, right?
You're to pay them
bringing back memories.
A lot of money.
Oh my goodness!
I'll be honest. I defaulted until I figured it out because it's hard for a lot of people.
And it affects so many people. We're going to talk about the dollar amount too at 10 o'clock. You're not going to believe it.
And it varies by state too. Some with way more than others. So
this is a good one tonight.
Right.
Oh, you're back with us tonight at
and $65 billion. Here in Illinois. Just a number to throw out there really quick.
Yeah, with a B.
With a B.
Jason, always love to have you on the show.
Thanks so much.
Amazon laying off more workers. The units that are being impacted